to say something up front about Hikaru Genji Roller Panic that will surprise longtime viewers of this channel. I think this is the worst adventure game I've played. I've played some stinkers before, but this one takes the cake. I wish I knew who developed it so I'd know who to blame. It is shocking how bad this game is. But first, who are Hikaru Genji? Hikaru Genji was a musical act that was fairly popular in the late 80s and early 90s, or at least popular enough that they kept making television appearances. And in terms of their act, there were two notable things about them. First, all of their songs had an astronomical theme. And second, they performed all of their numbers and dance routines on roller skates. It feels like they were about a decade too late for the roller skating trend, but maybe it just picked up late there in Japan. When you start Hikaru Genji Roller Panic, first you have to create your character, female or male, enter your birth date, and your blood type. None of that has any factor on the game itself. Then you can create a custom message from one member of the band to you. Pick out your favorite and give them something to say. And then finally you pick out a member of Hikaru Genji that you want to assist. All 7 members that were active in 1989 are represented here, so you get your pick of the boys. And then the adventure starts. The plot is that you're a fan waiting outside for a Hikaru Genji concert to start, but everyone's roller skates have been stolen, so they can't start the show. Naturally, only their fans can help them, so you team up with the member of Hikaru Genji that you picked out, and start looking for the skates. There are 12 locations on the city map for you to investigate, though you only ever have to access 8 of them. And you just walk over to the door and go in. Once inside, the group member will give you options of ask, give, or show, and then you pick out what you're going to do with that verb. This is always 4 options. If you've gone to the correct location and performed the correct action, then a little musical tune plays. When that happens, hit select to go back outside and head to the new location that you've been directed to. Repeat this 4 times, and you'll encounter the person who stole the roller skates, who will give them back to you, and then you head back to the concert and pick out another band member. I wasn't joking about it being 4 times. It's always go to one location, do one action, and then go to the next location, repeat 4 times before you encounter the thief who just gives the roller skates back, and then pick out the next band member. Since there's 7 band members, that's a total of 28 options that you have to pick from menus in order to complete the game. Your options are so absurdly limited, if you brute force this game, it will take you less than an hour to finish. I spent more time waiting for loading screens than I did actually doing anything in the game. Once all 7 sets of roller skates are returned, the concert goes on, and you get a special message from the band member that you wrote to yourself at the start of the game. Really loses its emotional impact when you had to write the message yourself. Also, the animation for that concert is almost identical to the animation in the opening scene, so it's not even much of a reward. Hikaru Genji is an interesting case of a split market. The game was intended to sell to women, who were the primary audience for Hikaru Genji. Although if you play a female character, then their creepy middle-aged manager hits on you constantly. Game magazines that tracked interest and sales among their readers found Hikaru Genji to be the least popular game of 1989. However, actual sales records by the companies indicate that Hikaru Genji was 60% of all Famicom Disk System game sales in 1989. That's not counting the rewriter kiosk, just packaged disc sales. All those fans of the group were rushing out and buying the game, but none of them had any interest in the game magazines, and so it didn't show up there. Some of that carries forward to modern viewpoints on Hikaru Genji. The game is regarded as one of the worst games on the Famicom Disk System. When I look at it, I go, if I was a fan of Hikaru Genji back in 1989, would I be happy with this game? And I have to say no. While there are individual portraits drawn for all of the members, It's not like their individual personalities are represented. They're basically just standing there as you do all the work to get their roller skates back. It doesn't feel like you're going on an adventure with them. It's more like you're an obsessive stalker carrying around their picture. And then there's just the whole unsatisfactory nature of the adventure. This is a shallow game. The most you might do is figure out where to go next, but as I said, that can easily be brute forced. If you have a useful walkthrough, the game's only about 10 minutes long. I just don't see how anyone could have been satisfied in any way with this game.